Just start us off with like, what is the thyroid and what does it do? Just kind of basic level where people are like, I hear so many people have thyroid problems. I don't even know what it is. Like, just give us kind of a basic what the thyroid is.
Yeah, that's a good starting point because a lot of people really don't know the power of that thyroid gland that sits right at the base of your neck. It's a butterfly-shaped gland. The best way I could describe its purpose, it's kind of like a train conductor. So if you can imagine a train conductor, has a very important job, just like the thyroid gland does, but he's kind of out of sight, out of mind. You just know the train is running. You don't know that it's running because the train conductor is in charge of the energy output of all the systems on this body's train, right? So that's the thyroid gland's job, to basically to conduct energy, right? To control the different systems that go on in our body. That's why you can imagine when the thyroid goes wrong, right? When there are thyroid disorders that are happening, it's going to cause a lot of problems with our energy levels and many different organ systems in our body.
Okay, so this isn't just an isolated thing. Isn't that the case with pretty much any item in the body? You can't just specialize on one thing. You have to see how one has a bearing upon another. How do you know if you might have a thyroid disorder?
Yeah. I want to start by saying how common it is too, because a lot of people have the symptoms of thyroid disorders and not knowing it is what it is, a thyroid disorder, because the symptoms are so vague in general that it's easily undiagnosed, right? But 20% of American population has hypothyroidism, that is a low or underfunctioning thyroid condition, and 1% have hyperthyroidism. But that 20% is huge. Think about it. 20% of people are walking around with thyroid disorder, specifically low functioning thyroid. So how do I know? How do you know you have it? So thinking back to the whole train conductor illustration, if you have low energy output, how do you feel? You feel fatigued, you feel tired, low in energy, obvious. You might have a heat intolerance, so you're cold often when other people feel normal or hot. You'll have symptoms like constipation, so even your bowel systems is slowing down. Weight gain, so now you're having trouble losing weight, or you're gaining weight because your metabolism is slowing down. So there's a lot of different symptoms that you might think, oh, I'm just getting older, I'm getting tired, I'm sleeping more because I'm older now. My hair is starting to fall out, and you're chalking it up to maybe your age. So unfortunately, a lot of people get into thinking that this is just a normal part of life, and it really is the thyroid that's underactive. If you think about the opposite, then how do you know that you have hyperthyroidism? It's the opposite. It's the train conductor who's too excited about his job, maybe. So he's got the energy revved up. You feel, and what happens when you're revved up? You're feeling anxious. Whereas a hypothyroidism person with hypothyroidism would feel depressed, and as far as mood, you might feel heart palpitations, your heart racing, versus someone with hypothyroidism having their heart actually slow down, blood pressure, pulse rate dropping. So it's almost the opposite, the mirror of hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism being high energy, palpitations, weight loss. Some people get weight gain after the weight loss, but you in initial stages usually have weight loss. You're losing weight. I mean, some of my patients, they come in and you could tell like their eyes are sunken in, their face, the facial bones or muscles are sunken in. The weight loss can be so drastic. High energy, high intolerance to heat now instead of cold, so you're feeling hot all the time. Diarrhea and sudden constipation. It's almost literally the exact opposite. But you can imagine again why a lot of these symptoms could be chalked up as anything else but not diagnosed.